Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Look, if you're a student pilot gearing up to absolutely crush that written ground exam, you are exactly where you need to be. We're going to cut right through the noise today and get straight to the essential terminology you actually need to know to succeed. So, are you ready to ace your ground exam? Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to do a rapid-fire review of the whole pilot ecosystem, using these fundamentals to really lock these concepts right into your memory. Let's get to it. Section 1. The pilot and the crew. First up on the runway is the PPL, which stands for Private Pilot License. Now, officially, if you're stateside, it's actually called a Private Pilot Certificate, but let's be real, basically everyone in the aviation community just calls it a PPL for short. This is it. This is your foundation. It's the credential you're working so hard for right now that will legally let you fly solo and, take your friends and family up as passengers. Next, we've got PIC, or Pilot in Command. This is going to be you after you get your license, and actually, crucially, during your solo flights as a student too. Being the PIC means you are the single person fully responsible for the flight. It's literally just like a ship having only one captain. An airplane only has one PIC. The buck stops completely with you. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the fundamental difference between those two terms. You see, your PPL is your credential. It's that physical piece of paper you earn. But PIC, that is the daily, absolute responsibility you take on every single time you step foot into that cockpit. You hold a PPL, but you act as PIC. Of course, you don't get there all by yourself, and that brings us to your CFI, the Certified Flight Instructor. Your CFI is your essential mentor. They're the highly trained expert who prepares you for your PPL, both on the ground, grinding through the theory in the classroom, and right there sitting next to you in flight. And hey, keeping you safe mechanically is the ANP. Let's break this acronym down. The A stands for airframe, meaning the external structural components of the airplane. The P stands for power plant, which is all about the internal engine components. So an ANP is a highly specialized, certified mechanic who keeps both the outside body and the beating heart of your aircraft in top shape. Moving right along to Section 2, Authorities and Testing Standards. At the very top of the food chain, we have the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. They are the ultimate governing body for aviation in the United States. They write the rules, they issue the certificates, and they hold total authority over all U.S. skies. Ultimately, everything you're studying right now is just to prove to the FAA that you are a safe, competent pilot. And how exactly do you prove that? Well, through the ACS, the Airmen Certification Standards. You're going to want to pay super close attention here because this document is absolutely critical for your future. The ACS is not just some textbook. It's the exact specific rule book containing everything you must perform during your FAA check ride. When you fly with a DP, a designated pilot examiner, they are grading your maneuvers directly against the strict metrics printed in this exact book. All right, Section 3, the flying environment. First in this category is VFR, which stands for Visual Flight Rules. This is the category of flight you're taught in, and it's what you'll fly in as a PPL. So the crucial point is that flying VFR means you absolutely must maintain visual reference to the outside world at all times. This strictly forbids entering clouds or flying in poor visibility and weather where you lose that outside reference. Bottom line? If you can't clearly see the ground and the horizon, you simply cannot fly VFR. Finally, we have ATC. Air Traffic Control. This is the crucial service operated by the authorities to promote the safe, orderly, and expeditious flow of air traffic. Whether you're talking to a local control tower or center control en route, ATC is that guiding voice on the radio, working tirelessly to keep the massive flow of air traffic completely safe and highly organized. Section 4. Cleared for takeoff. Now, I know test prep can be incredibly stressful, so to cut the tension a little bit before exam day, I could tell you an airplane joke right now, but honestly, it might just go over your head. Okay, all groans aside, if you found this explainer helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more highly focused, rapid-fire ground school explainers coming your way to help you master your aviation journey with absolutely none of the fluff. I'll leave you with this one final kind of provocative thought as you log off and head into your test prep. Once you crush this ground exam, conquer that check ride, and finally hold that certificate in your hand, what is the very first place you'll fly as pilot in command? Keep your eyes on that prize. Good luck on your exam. You've absolutely got this.